Business buyers want to buy your ecom business, not you. 80% of business owners leave money on the table when they exit their business because of this one problem. And in this video, I'll be showing you how to fix that problem so business buyers pay you 7 or even 8 figures for you to leave your business. If you're wondering how much your online business is worth, click the link in the description. I've built an AI tool which will give you a valuation in under 2 minutes. Now you've come to a place where you're thinking of exiting your business, but you need to take a good hard look at your business right now and see if it has this one problem that 80% of businesses, whether they're online businesses or offline businesses, causes business owners to lose up to 30% and sometimes even 50% of their business value when they're looking to exit a business. So let me tell you about a business owner that I was talking to just yesterday who suffers from this problem. She built a fantastic business doing multiple 7 figures in revenue and is doing over $250,000 in profit, and it has been for years, almost a decade. She's been doing over $250,000 in profit. And she wants to move on to another business venture because she's got a fantastic mentor who believes in the new product, and that mentor is a multimillionaire themselves, and she's looking to go 100% all in. What happened to her old business is that because that business is reliant on her, she's got the owner reliance problem, she is taking a 70% discount on her valuation because of that. Now, there's a couple of other quirks as to why that business is suffering more than 50% in valuation. But the biggest problem there is the owner reliance problem, which is making her suffer. I was telling her that if she didn't have the owner reliance problem and she spent a bit of time in fixing that, she could get close to £1 million for her business exit. She's not willing to wait. That's fine. That's her choice. But you don't have to make that same choice. As long as you're not in a super rush to sell your business, you can fix the owner reliance problem. So how do you know that you've got the owner reliance problem? Number one, look at what do you do in the business. It's funny because most business owners don't even know that they are so involved in their business. So one of the things that I like business owners to do initially is to get a pen and paper. Now you can do it online, but pen and paper helps you reflect even more. And just to write down all of the different things that you do in your business. You're not auditing your day. You're going to come to that. That's point number 2. But first, you're just writing down everything that comes to your mind that you do in the business, and you will end up with a list of all of the things. The next thing you need to do is you need to audit your day, and you need to do this for about a week. So every half an hour to an hour, whatever tasks you do, you just write down, I did this. I checked the customer service emails. I checked the sales. I checked the ad account. I answered this question from my team member. Whatever the task is, you write it down. Once you have written down everything that you're doing in a week, you will have a full picture of exactly what you're doing in the day-to-day of the business. These are the things that cause businesses to be reliant on the owner. So once you've got the list of all of the things that you're doing, you need to do one of 3 things. Number 1, try to eliminate those things that you're doing in your business that don't need to be done. Are they only bringing minimal value to your business, if any value at all, and they're just things that are being done? So once you've eliminated all of the tasks that you don't need to do in your business, the second thing that you're going to do is to look to automate tasks with technology and AI. If there is a piece of software that's available that you're using right now in your business and you're not utilizing it to the full ability, you need to max out the ability of the softwares that you are using right now to automate those tasks that can be automated. If you need to implement third-party software to automate the tasks, to bring in AI to do those tasks, then bring in third-party software. And then once you've looked at all of the things that can be automated in your business, the third thing that you need to do is to delegate it. So look at your existing team right now and look at what can I delegate to another team member. Now, whenever you're doing all of this, what you need to identify is that a lot of business owners have this misconception that they need to do everything themselves. That is a huge misconception that is killing not only your day-to-day right now while you still own the business, massively killing the valuations of a business. If you can delegate a task to someone and they do it 60% to the ability that you can do it, you can normally train them to get to between 80 to 90% of the effectiveness and efficiency of you doing that same task. That is going to massively increase the valuation of your business. It's going to enable you to step away from the day-to-day of the business. And with those extra steps of training, you'll be able to ensure that a team member becomes efficient and becomes effective in that task. And when you're training team members, the way that you do it is, number one, you do it in front of them. So you demonstrate how that thing needs to be done. Depending on the team member, sometimes you need to do it only once, sometimes you have to do it 2 or 3 times, that's fine. The next thing is that you let them do it, but you are supporting them and mentoring them in that task. So you say, right, you're going to do it now, you've seen me do it once or twice, now you do that thing. Of course, they're going to make mistakes, they're going to have slip-ups, they're going to be slow, whatever it may be. You are going to support them into getting them up to speed. And then once they've done it with you, say 2 or 3 times, then you're going to let them do that by themselves. And if they have any questions, they can come and ask you. And then once they have done it 2 or 3 times, normally you are free from that task and you have now successfully delegated that task to another team member. 80% of everything that you're doing in your business right now can be eliminated, automated, or delegated with these 3 steps. And once 80% has been handed over or eliminated from your day-to-day, now you've got those 20% of tasks that only you can do right now, that can't be eliminated, that can't be automated, and that can't be delegated. Now with that final 20%, there's only one of 2 things that you can do right now. You can continue to do those 20% of tasks, and you'll be in a much better position for valuing your business. But the better thing to do is to hire someone who can do those final 20% of tasks, because then you become completely free from your business. You become an investor owner of your business. And I'm pretty sure when you got into business, you were probably thinking, right, let me get this thing started so I can get the time freedom that I want, so I can get the income that I want, and I can do the things that I want to do. But you get sucked into the day-to-day, and then you become so involved in your business that you can't break free from it. But you have to break free from it if you want to get the exit that you deserve, the 7- and 8-figure exit that you deserve. The secret is, when you're valuing your business, when you're selling your business, for each £1 or $1 of income, I'm talking about profit here, that your business can be 3 to up to 8, depending on the industry, depending on your size of your business, many different variables there. But from 3 up to 8 times, it's worth that much. So $1 is worth $3 or $8 or up to $8 for every dollar of profit that your business earns. If you make the numbers super simple and super easy, every $100,000 of profit in your business is worth $300,000 to $800,000 on exit. If you've got a business doing $1 million in profit, then that $1 million in profit is worth between 3 and 8 million on exit. That's how much difference it can make when you break free from owner reliance, when you break free from the day-to-day of your business. Now, all of this is called building an owner exit plan. And breaking free from the day-to-day of the business, breaking free from the owner reliance problem is an essential part, but it's just one of the parts of the different parts of an owner exit plan. The more that you can build out an owner exit plan, the higher the valuation that you'll get for your business, and the higher success rate that you'll get, that you will be able to sell your business to a business buyer who's willing to pay you 7 and 8 figures. Now, one other misconception is that you can't hire a manager 1 month before you're going to sell your business and say, right, I've hired a manager and I don't have an owner reliance problem. No, that's a huge misconception. For business buyers who are willing to pay the big money, they are going to look at your business over the last 2 to 5 years and base the valuation on that. Of course, the current year is always the most valuable, but they're going to look at what's been happening in this business over the last 2 to 5 years. So the longer period of time that you can demonstrate that the business continues to succeed and grow without you, the higher chance of getting a bigger payout from business buyers who are willing to pay the money. So start now. Eliminate tasks, automate tasks, delegate tasks, and for the final piece, hire in to ensure that you are no longer part of your business. Then you can decide, because you've got 2 choices. Now, this goes into wealth and so on, but you've got 2 choices. You can either continue to be an owner investor of your business, or you can decide, no, I actually want the payout, and I am going to sell the business. I'm going to do it the right way, and I'm going to get a good payout for my business, for my ecom business. So what about business owners who are control freaks? Now, the best thing about this one is that if you build a business that it's free from you, you can actually continue to be involved in your business. But business buyers will still pay you seven figures to leave your business, even though you're a control freak and you can't let go of the running of your business, because they can see that actually, even if you, the control freak, wasn't part of the day-to-day running of the business, you can get taken out of the equation and the business is going to still continue to do what it needs to do. So build your exit plan, start now so that you can sell your business for 7 to 8 figures and you can go on and do the things that you want to do. On this channel, we talk about business exits specifically for online business owners, e-com owners. So click the next video, which is popping up, and I'll see you in the next video.